And we always start with a Maxim.
A Maxim.
She put out on like Monday or Tuesday, and in the middle of it, I go, man, it would have been better if I'd had Bunny here.
Yeah.
So
this was a good one. This is a good one. Okay. Oh, I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Maxim number 67. Women regret the cocks unwrapped. Men regret the poon untapped. Poetry.
This was an easy one for me, and I had actually avoided this.
This is an easy one.
In the past, because, I don't know what was in Royce's head when he wrote, especially the front end of this.
Right.
I can understand the back end. It means, any guy, you always look back and the 2 or 3 girls you could have closed and you didn't, for what you either didn't know what you were doing, your head wasn't in the game, she was giving you indicators of interest that you didn't recognize them for what they were at the time.
Yeah.
But every man has 2 or 3 stories where he missed a girl that he could have closed and could have had sex with and didn't due to some choice of his own.
Yeah.
And he may not have been, it may have been wittingly or unwittingly. But guys always regret that.
Yeah.
The Indicators of Interest book is a big one.
Yeah.
I've had almost every reader reach out to me and go, yeah, she had sat right next to me. She was flipping her little shoe off the end of her toe. And she kept asking me about myself.
Yeah.
And all I did was like give her straight answers and then leave. So you have to know when girls are hitting on you or making themselves available or looking for your scrutiny. But the front end is what I didn't quite understand.
Yeah.
So Bunny's going to kind of explain the women's side of this.
So girls regret the dicks unwrapped. Okay, cocks unwrapped. So what this means is, number one, it's obvious, guys and condoms and things like that. But the reason for this is because there's like an intimacy barrier there whenever there's a condom involved. And so she could almost pretend that there's intimacy, pretend that there's a relationship if you're having raw sex, if you're not wrapping that baby up. But, at the end of the night, if she's just fucked some guy that she met in a bar, there was no condom involved, she'll very much feel just dirty. And this is true, there's the panic factor over pregnancies, there's the panic factor over STDs. But even years and years and years and years and years later, even if nothing came of it as far as pregnancies or STDs or anything that would be
a negative,
yeah, she will still think about how dirty she feels in having allowed that to happen, in having had this sex with an unknown without a condom. She can almost forget and forgive herself for having sex in those kind of same circumstances if she had a condom, if there was a condom involved. So that's what's so fascinating. And when Fort Worth and I were talking about this the other day, it was like blowing his mind because you guys just don't think of it that way.
No, and I find it interesting how substantial or significant that one barrier is to girls. And again, the 2 things for guys to take away from it is, one, always have condoms. It makes it easier. Yeah. And 2, though, I do want to convey is like, girls don't remember this stuff like guys think about it. You know what I mean? We have almost encyclopedia like film knowledge of every encounter, whereas girls, it's all feelings.
Yeah,
it's how all they feelings. Felt about it. Yeah.
So therefore, if she felt dirty, even in hindsight, even if she didn't feel dirty in the process because she was still there, even if she didn't feel dirty that day, that night, the next day, that week, after the fact, maybe once she gets her shit together and stops banging strangers, but whatever the case may be, those are some of the guys that she'll remember because of the negative feeling that she comes away with. It. The dirtiness that she feels and just how kind of gross she feels from it. But like Fort Worth was just saying, and I don't want to lessen this point. if you have condoms, you can probably close more girls on that first night because there's a safety factor, there's a barrier of intimacy factor. So even if you just met her, if it's a night game kind of thing, or if it's a first date, you can probably close more girls just by having that barrier already taken care of.
And just having them again, because they'll say, "Do you have them?" And you'll go, "Yeah, I have them. Do we need them?" They'll be like, "No."
Yeah.
Just having them available.
Yeah.
Drops a lot of barriers.
Half the time she will say, "No, I'm not ovulating right now," or "It's not my time of the month," or "No, I'm clean."
It's kind of a last minute resistance, but if you can at least show that you're prepared, because most girls don't like them.
Yeah.
From what I've gathered over time, is most girls do not care for them, just like most guys don't care for them that much either.
Yeah.
But there is a purpose for them beyond birth control and STD protection.
It really is an intimacy barrier as well.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it really is.
That's why we ask. That's why we have Bunny come in and give us, because I would have never figured that out.
I love it. All right. Next, got pickup. I thought this was really good.